1994 is when we started with the bison. I love history, I love the Old West, and I read everything I could about the explorers and early settlers and everything. And of course, bison was a big part of every one of those stories. And that's such an icon in our history. That's what really intrigued me. And I realized the qualities of meat that the bison have was something that a lot of people were looking for. In fact, our first customers were mostly cardiologists and their patients.
The bison bar that we started with was 100% grass-fed bison bar. That's what we embodied with this bar, and that's what we wanted to connect consumers with, was that high-quality protein. And then as we grew over the years, we quickly realized and understood that not all bison are grass-fed. They're not all out running wild and free like our minds envisioned. And that the supply, quite frankly, was extremely limited and low of bison in general, but especially the grass-fed ones.
Grass-fed bison, it has more nutrients per ounce than any other red meat on the planet, allowing an animal to live on that land as it was intended. That's an incredible thing to be a part of.
We're trying to put out the best product we can and getting people to experience truly what bison is. And a big part of that, I feel, is the field harvest. There just isn't that adrenaline rush. When that animal's without stress and it hits the ground, there's no adrenaline, there's no cortisol, there's no toughening, there's no off taste. I can't imagine a more peaceful way for those animals to go. They were put here for a purpose, to sustain life. Not only for the predators that they may feed on the prairies, but also for the humans, the people that were here. We're just continuing that process.
After seeing the field harvest, I was incredibly proud to be a part of this. But it was really unique here to see the guy harvesting the animals being the owner of the animal, having that deep found respect, and you could feel that from start to finish. Whereas in conventional livestock systems, the producer will sell the living animal to a slaughter plant, and those guys don't care. And they're all about efficiency, putting that animal down as fast as possible. Lee, he's the owner of these animals, so he truly cares for them. So he's going to harvest these animals with the utmost respect.
Knowingly taking a rifle out into a field to harvest animals that you care so much about, and having the pressure of their life in your hands, it's up to you to give them a peaceful exit. You know, there's a lot of pressure on every single squeeze of that trigger, and it should be that way. I don't see how it couldn't be. If it wasn't stressful, you don't care much. You don't care enough. The kill floor is transitioning an animal into food-safe product. There's a lot of skill and craft that goes into each one of those stations. Every part of that animal is utilized. We truly do have a zero waste. From the paunch, the spleen, the pancreas, the lungs, the heart, the trachea, the leg bones, tendons, the skull, the hide, the spinal cord. Every part of that animal has a home.
Breaking down an animal from nose to tail, it's amazing to see the diversity and the full bounties of that creature. We use about 75 to 80% of the carcass with Epic through our various product lines, and that's really unique for a consumer packaged good meat company. No one else is doing that.
Yeah.
One of our founding principles was this idea to feed others as you wish to be fed. And so the way you'd feed your family, your friends, all your loved ones. And so we took that very sincerely. We were very particular about the partners and the partnerships, the relationships we formed with our suppliers. And we always looked for people that had similar values and morals and missions behind their production methods. With our products, people trust that we're partnering with people like Northstar, who, all throughout that supply chain, that consumer, their values are represented through the animal welfare standards. It's a really exciting spot to be in.
Taking a step back, the way these animals were raised up until this point, if you measure today the soil and the land and the health of the environment where these animals are, and we come back 5 years from now, it's going to be better than we found it present day.
We've always believed that the truest value in business is when you can create a net positive return to the planet. And so what that looks like is restoring soil, healing land, enriching the lives of animals, creating really healthy, nourishing food that can enrich the life of the end consumer. And when you can do all of this, that's the ultimate power of business. And everyone wins. The planet wins, consumers win, producers win. It's just a fantastic system that's infallible. It doesn't get better than that. It just warms my heart, and feel very fortunate, very lucky, very grateful to be a part of it.
They are an incredible animal, incredible creation. Just want to do right by them.